I got nothing. This pay-per-view was it was pretty bad, to say the least. Although it did get up to a good start in my eyes, it was the Rumble match that sealed it. Even though I have nothing against the winner. So let's start off with the kickoff match. The New Day versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Well, we all thought it was going to be a six-man tag. But Lord and behold, we later found out that Xavier Woods is hurt. But this match was an okay match, in my opinion. And WWE did the right thing by letting Cesaro and Tyson Kidd go over. So probably at the next pay-per-view, which I think should be better than my eyes, they could be the next #1 contenders. And speaking of the Tag Team Championships, we got The Miz and Mizdow versus the Usos for the Tag Team titles, which I forgot to mention. We all knew the Usos were going to retain, but this match was pretty solid. I mean, this is probably the second best match of the night, in my opinion. Of course, The Miz is being a big complete douche to Mizdow. The crowd wanted Mizdow in, and he was being selfish, and thus setting up the tease for later on in the night. And the Usos retain via powerbomb and into a splash. Good match right there. Next, we got John Cena versus Brock Lesnar in the Divas division in a tag team match. It was Natalya versus Paige versus the Bella Twins. I thought Paige was going to win, but I was wrong. The Bellas dominated. And surprisingly, we didn't get a rack attack from Nikki. We just got a big front super punch, and it looked like it hurt. So the Bellas win. Next came the match of the night, and I'm not the only, I'm with the majority here. This match was terrific. We're only like almost a month into 2015. Already we have a match of the year nomination. I swear, that's like the Royal Rumble. Every Royal Rumble the last 2 years, this pay-per-view has a match of the year nominee. Of course, I'm referring to Brock Lesnar versus John Cena versus Seth Rollins for the world title. This match was phenomenal. Mera was phenomenal throughout. I'll be honest, I thought this match was going to be crap. And Lord and behold, I'm happy to say I was wrong. I mean, the spots were terrific. The spots were terrific. Even John Cena, who's known to not be a good wrestler, but known for botching, his botches weren't that bad, although I do appreciate him spearing through the barricade. Hey, am I the only one having deja vu here? And Seth Rollins, he's the MVP of the match. Seth Rollins, that elbow through the announce table, the Spanish announce table, that was phenomenal. I loved it. And then we all thought legitimately Lesnar got hurt. And of course there was the moments where I thought John Cena was going to win number 16. I was like, oh no, please. But thank goodness Brock Lesnar came out, F5 Seth Rollins, and he retained the title. Personally, I thought Cena should have been the one that got pinned, but oh well, what are you going to do? Next, we got where the show fell apart. The Royal Rumble match. Although, #1 was The Miz. I mean, I was like, really? You're going to go with The Miz? I thought it was going to be either Roman Reigns or Daniel Bryan. That's going to be #1. #2 was R-Truth. Really? But thankfully, it picked up a bit when #3. You guys remember Bully Ray and TNA? Yeah. Bubba Ray's back. And I flipped when that happened. Bubba Ray Dudley. I swear, I'm so used to calling him Bully Ray. The crowd in Philly popped completely. Well, what do you expect? It's ECW territory. I was expecting more the ECW guys. But that wasn't seem to be the case, and we didn't get Devon either. Although we did get the tables thing, which I was really appreciated. And huge props for Bray Wyatt. He did a terrific job. But there's one guy I feel awful for as a pawn, and that is Curtis Axel. Because when Harper came in at number 4, Axel was about to come in. Rowan ran into him and caused him to probably get hurt. So Wyatt reunion. You can't help but feel bad for Curtis Axel. The next return at number 7, the Boogeyman. Yeah, when he came out, I was like, run, JBL, run! And even Booker was like, oh, hell nah, he's back. But thankfully, Boogeyman didn't last long because Bray Wyatt tossed him over. Then at number 10, I was a little surprised that they got this out early. Daniel Bryan came out, the place blew up. And I was thinking, okay, is Daniel Bryan going to win it from the 10 spot? And this is the part where the show fell apart. Daniel Bryan got eliminated very early by Bray Wyatt. And the crowd crapped on this match the rest of the way. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really wanted Daniel Bryan to win. He was one of my 3 choices. But then I realized when I look back at the world title match, Brock Lesnar's suplexes can easily hurt somebody's neck. So if they put Daniel Bryan in there, Brock Lesnar will kill Daniel Bryan. So I'm thinking the creative team booked him conservatively, but I think they eliminated him. I think they played him way too conservative in my eyes. Getting him eliminated, that pissed all of us off. The next surprise return, Diamond Dallas Page. And this is where they dropped the ball, in my opinion. They should have had Randy Orton in there. Oh well, we may see him tomorrow night on Raw. Then came possibly the biggest part of the night of this match. Damien Mizdow came out. And we saw what happened earlier. Mizdow didn't get in. Mizdow tried to rain down the ring. Guess the Miz tried to stop him, saying no. And he said it was my spot. Miz tried to get back in. Bad News Bear knocked him off. And this is where the tease of dissension between Miz and Mizdow are going to happen. Mizdow went in, and I forgot who eliminated him. I think it was Rusev. I think God eliminated him. I have to look that back, in my opinion. And then at number 19, but then the other one, Kane and Big Show were one of the last. Kane came in at number 24, and let me just say, Kane, I think it's time for Kane to retire. I mean, he is getting slower with age. And speaking of getting slower with age, we got number 29, Big Show. The Big Show. Which I have to admit, he is getting up there in his age, and I think pretty soon he's going to have to retire. In my eyes. Because Big Show, he was getting, although he was running fast, he is running as fast as Justin Bieber. Yeah, you know he's getting slow. But although I have to give WWE credit, they made a great decision by making my boy Dolph Ziggler number 30. Boy, did they flip me off on this one. Although they did give Dolph a few eliminations. I'll give you that. That was a good idea. Giving Dolph eliminating Cesaro. And okay, we're going to get to Kofi in a minute. We'll get to Kofi's big save in a minute. Yeah, Dolph eliminated. I know he eliminated Cesaro. He eliminated somebody else. I don't remember. But of course, I realized that if Dolph wins from 30, the internet's gonna break. And boy, I was really pissed off at the end. Dolph was going to go on the top rope, got knocked out by Big Show, and Big Show and Kane just picked him up, threw him out the top rope. That's it. I was really pissed off, saying Dolph deserved better. Same with Dean Ambrose. He met the same fate. Bray Wyatt met the same fate. But there's speculation that Wyatt's probably going to face The Undertaker. So, yeah. But still, Dolph deserves better. But I have a feeling tomorrow night on Raw they're going to make it up to him by giving him his rematch with Mr. I'm Afraid I've Got Some Bad News. So we could see a possible IC title change, but I highly doubt it. Then, of course, the Final Four, which I have to admit, the other babyface in this match made a lot of sense considering he loved Philly, was Dean Ambrose, Big Show, and Kane, along with Roman Reigns. Which, I feel bad for Roman for getting booed heavily, but it's Philadelphia. They're a hardcore wrestling crowd, so, oh well, what are you going to do? Dean Ambrose got eliminated big time. Got eliminated by Kane. I think he broke HBK's record, which we knew this was going to happen. And then Roman Reigns eliminates both Big Show and Kane. But wait a minute. What happened to Rusev? Yeah, Rusev crawled onto the bottom rope, I think. And then we'll get to the end in a minute. But before we do that, we're going to talk about Kofi's save of the night, which wasn't as good as last year's, but it was still very creative. Adam Rose came out at number 18. And then the Rosebuds were getting ready to chase Adam to his traditional crowd surfing. Kofi Kingston, I swear, he's going to get stuck somewhere. He's not getting out. Kofi Kingston went crowd surfing with the Rosebuds. And then like 2 seconds later, Adam Rose gets eliminated. I have to admit, that was really funny. I'll give you that one. Yeah, Rusev crawled onto the bottom rope. And then Roman Reigns eliminates him. But before Rusev came back from under the ring, Big Show and Kane tried to interrupt. Out comes The Rock, and he did not help the fact that Roman Reigns was getting booed out of the building. Although I have to give Roman credit, he did a great job handling the boos, those boos from the Philly crowd. Although he took the boos a lot better than Batista did. I'll give him that. But I think it's maybe a little too soon to push Roman. But I'm starting to think maybe we may have a Seth Rollins cash in at WrestleMania. So if that's the case, then I'm for it. But still, the crowd was crapping on this match because of Roman Reigns. I mean, I have nothing against Roman. He's a good talent. Although his mic skills aren't quite there yet. This is why I said give Roman another year. Wait till WrestleMania 32. But I'm guessing they're pushing it early because they may be building Undertaker versus Sting for 32. So I don't know what they're going to do here. So, but before we go, I'm going to see what are you going to do with Daniel Bryan. So if I was in charge, give Daniel Bryan a match. Not with Kane. Hell no. That would be lousy after Extreme Rules last year. Although that was kind of creative. If I wasn't booking Daniel Bryan, I will give him a championship. Yes, but it's not the world title. I would give him a match against Bad News Barrett. Bad News Barrett to win the Intercontinental title. So at least Daniel Bryan gets championship gold this time. And hopefully he doesn't get hurt to the point he loses it. But as for Dolph, if the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is back in play, let Dolph win that and see if he can get a world title match at SummerSlam. Overall, this pay-per-view wasn't good in my eyes. I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. Is my rating, and that's just being honest. The world title match of the night. Roman Reigns, I have nothing against Roman Reigns. I just think he's not quite ready yet. Daniel or Dolph should have won, in my eyes. But he was my third pick. But oh well, what are you going to do? Off the Fast Lane. By the way, that is a terrible name for a pay-per-view.